A pleasant morning to all of you. I am Giselle Alsayo.
I am Juliet C. Salvalian.
And I am Lovely CEO.
And
we are the Group 306.
Today, we will be discussing our research entitled Psychological Contract and Organizational Commitment Among Employees in Appliance Centers in Tagum City.
Now, it is fair to wonder why we have chosen this particular topic to deal with. And here's the answer. First of all, it is undeniable that nowadays, HR managers usually face difficulty in developing committed employees. Thus, it is immensely important for management to be considerate of various factors that implicate and sustain organizational commitment in employees. The assumption is that the fulfillment of psychological contract by the employer and also the high levels of organizational commitment among employees have desirable consequences such as better job performance. When I was hired at GV Appliance Corporation as a general clerk in May 5, 2018, I have seen and noticed a lot of circumstances in which employees from other appliance center transfer to another firm that offers the same product and services for the reason that they are looking for a greener pasture that will sustain their needs. Such circumstances resulting to privacy issues such as companies' private documents, their usual transactions and communications that is supposed to be concealed from others will be shared by someone who had transferred from another firm. That is why, in this research study, we aim to be able to understand of whether or not there is a significant relationship between psychological contract and organizational commitment.
Our chosen title study is anchored in the proposition of Jose 2008, entitled A Study of the Impact of Psychological Contract on Organizational Commitment Among Temporary and Permanent Employees in Organizations. She proved the positive relation between psychological contract and organizational commitment through her methodological compelling studies. During her study, she found out that there are obvious links between the nature of psychological contract and the individual's commitment to the organization. According to her, those with contracts that are predominantly transactional in nature are unlikely to have high levels of commitment to the organization. Those with relational contract, on the other hand, may show much higher levels of commitment. Her study offers strong and definite evidence that improving psychological contract will result to higher level of organizational commitment.
In our study, we have presented two variables. Our independent variable is psychological contract and our dependent variables is organizational commitment. Each variables we have three indicators to measure its level. In psychological contract, we have transactional contract, training contract, and relation contract. That is according to the study of Wu and Chen 2015. In organizational commitment, we have emotional commitment, continuous commitment, and normative commitment. That is according to the study of Om, Kashife, et al. 2013. Now, how can our study contribute to the existing body of knowledge?
Since our study will focus on different appliance sectors in Tagum City, we will be able to contribute in helping every firm inside our scope in dealing with the lack of commitment of employees. By means of this study, the employer will understand the positive effect of organizational commitment as a result of the fulfillment of psychological contract. Moreover, firms depend on committed employees to create and sustain a competitive advantage and achieve superior performance. And vice versa, employees can also benefit from this study since in the very first place, they are the main reason why we conducted such study. In addition, the future researchers and coming students may also use this study as reference to their future topics when topics are applicable.
This study is only focusing a small scope of organization. Thus, the data derived from this study would also be limited. The study seeks only to understand the impact of psychological contract on organizational commitment. The various other factors that may influence the organizational commitment have not been considered. The other possible outcomes of psychological contract are also not considered in this study, since continuance organizational commitment scores were considerably lower in the parent study. It was dropped out of the study.
In conclusion, we recommend that organizations ensure that human resource strategies, policies, and procedures are reflective of distributive, procedural, and interactional justice, and that organizations communicate honestly and openly with employees in order to minimize misunderstandings that may result in perceived violations.
Before we end our discussion, we would like to extend our great gratitude to our dear advisor, panel, and subject teacher in giving your time for this video. Thank you and God bless!